All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. This is the Rock and Roll Rebel Show, and I'm your man, Thunder Dan, baby. And it is wild out there. It's been a wild weekend out there. The United States government came in on a Saturday, as we saw, to vote in foreign aid for Ukraine, for Israel, for Taiwan. $80 billion plus. Just ridiculous amount of money to waste. The Trump trial started today. That is also a bunch of shenanigans. So we're just getting a bunch of wool pulled over our eyes. People don't care no more. It's just, people do not care. They were waving Ukrainian flags on the House floor. I don't know how much more we can put up with any of this, because none of this makes sense. You got all these protesters, and I'm all for a good protest. But I guess the stuff that's going on at Columbia and Yale and everywhere else right now, I mean, I get Israel's military is doing shady stuff to Palestine, but these guys are out here supporting Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. We do not support that. We do support people not dying here at the Rock and Roll Rebel Show. We support not wasting our tax dollars on foreign wars just to fund wars. We're funding wars to kill people, when if you go to any city in the United States of America, you're going to see homeless everywhere. You see homeless here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They could have used some of that billions of dollars, right? They could have used some of that billions of dollars here. All the junkies that are up on the streets in the cities. Last time I was in Washington, D.C., junkies everywhere. But you know, these people up here, I don't know why they keep voting this way. And they were all happy and enthused. Gavin Newsom released a video about Alabama's state line. Never going to play that. It's completely hilarious. So I don't know what's going on out there, people, but we got to get out and vote. This is some major stuff that's coming down the pipe. And if Trump, I'm going to have to say it, if Trump don't get elected, it's over. I didn't think I could ever say that America would be over. I'm still long on America. I still love America. America is the greatest place in the world to live. But we were doing some ass-backward stuff where we allow men to compete, where we allow the mentally ill to run stuff. You know what I'm saying? The books that they have for our children. But our tax dollars got stolen on Saturday. They got stolen on Saturday. I know Zelensky's happy. I don't know if this is going to escalate into a World War III. We don't want that, do we? But at the end of the day, you got to remember, you got to protect yourselves at all times. It's a jungle out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a jungle out there. Let's just get this thing going. We've been away for a hot minute. I believe last time we was on here was Wednesday, right? So all this stuff is jumping off. It's jumping off like crazy. What they're doing to Donald Trump is completely crazy. I guess today we also found out that the person that was the assistant to Mayor Garland and the Department of Justice did the opening statements at the Trump trial. So he resigned at the Department of Justice, third in charge behind Mayor Garland, who's the head of the Department of Justice, to open up for the Trump trial. Come on, man. So if you don't think it's shenanigans, it's 100% shenanigans. But I guess let's find out. We're just going to base some hard facts out here. We're just going to get you with some stuff. We're going to ease ourselves back into the week. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. It's April 22nd. We're just going to ease ourselves back into a week. It's going to be a great week. A lot of stuff is popping. Of course, you're going to have the Trump trial. All week they're talking about. And then, of course, you got these protests going on with all these colleges. Who knew if you went to college you would get indoctrinated into stupidity? So all you people out there that are in college, I hope your money is well spent. Do not get no bogus degree out there. And if you want to make your dreams come true, it's hard work and dedication, they say. But let's play the first thing about U.S. tax dollars, because we already know they're going to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. Nothing we could do. They just waste our money. They waste our money on all types of stuff. We could be living like kings and queens here in the United States of America. But first they tax us with income tax, gas tax. You can't do nothing without a tax. But we're also financing the World Bank, I guess. So let's play this. This is short and sweet. I figure we're going to ease us into this. We're going to ease ourselves into all their lies. We're going to slowly break them all down. So let's play this Matt Gaetz and the World Bank thing. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but a lot of this stuff gets under the radar, but this is the stuff we want to bring to light.
In this supplemental that we are about to vote on, there's $61 billion for Ukraine, and I'm just going through it, and there's stuff here that is really insulting. $250 million for the International Development Association. Now, I did not know what that was, but I knew it probably wasn't good. Turns out it's an arm of the World Bank. And then I looked at where this money got dispersed, and it's places like Niger. Niger, where we have Air Force and we have Army service members who are not getting their medicine, who are not able to get their troop rotations, who are not able to get their mail, because there are not diplomatic overflights allowed so that we can care for our own service members. We will hear many of our colleagues stand up and talk about how important it is to stand with our allies. But not even all this money's going to our allies. Some of it is potentially being recycled through globalist money washing accounts to redistribute. And that's really what this is about, what this supplemental is about. It is about creating a massive wad of unaccountable American cash. We are $34 trillion in debt. We are on a glide path to $50 trillion in debt. And we are borrowing money from China to give it to the World Bank.
I don't even think we're borrowing money from China. I think money's all fake. They just print it. They just print the money, right? Money's not real no more. It can't be real. Money is not real no more. They just amass all this power, and that's what they want to do. But I'll tell you one thing, though. I'll tell you one thing. The deep state is coming. They're coming for everybody. And I guess if there's no pushback, and that's why I don't know if a lot of y'all know who Kash Patel is, but Kash Patel was part of the Trump organization. He was there, and hopefully they make him Attorney General, and Kash will lock them all up, baby. Kash will lock them all up. That's the only way. So this is our mission. This is our mission to get Trump in, so we can get them all out of here, baby. We can get them all out of here, because if not, this is what they're doing on Capitol Hill. This is what they're doing on Capitol Hill right here. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? What is this? This is what they're doing. Look at this. Oh, my. They're waving Ukraine flags all over the place. Look at that. That's disgusting, right? I get Ukraine's in trouble, but Ukraine did it to themselves. The CIA did it, baby. The CIA did it. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to keep you educated. They don't want to keep you educated. That's their main goal, for us to be uneducated. But tomorrow on InfoWars, there's going to be a flat earth debate, true earth debate, 10 a.m. Eastern. It'll probably be on Twitter too. It's going to be a great debate. I suggest y'all watch. I don't think I can play anything from the promo from that, because TikTok pretty much banned me for talking about that. So we're going to carry on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to carry on, and we're going to talk about Rogan on Tucker. Tucker Carlson went on Joe Rogan, and the left has lost their mind. I suggest everybody watch it. It's on YouTube. You can go anywhere podcasts are found. You can watch it. I'd watch it on YouTube if I was you. And it drops knowledge. And I like Rogan a lot, but Rogan sometimes likes to push back on stuff, but Rogan's very good. But Tucker Carlson just bring the straight heat. What do we got from here? Because he talks about how they're very dangerous. Let's play this clip from it. Because you got to remember. It's a jungle out there. Protect yourselves at all times, baby. Protect yourselves at all times. Stay blessed, baby. You know what I'm saying? But let's pull this up. Here's Tucker on Rogan. This is one of the clips, many clips that are going around on the interweb.
You know, people don't say that because they're worried about getting punished. They're worried about someone putting kiddie porn on their computer.
Right.
Members of Congress are terrified of the intel agencies. I'm not guessing at that. They've told me that, including people on the intel committee, including people who run the intel committee, the people whose job it is to oversee and keep in line these enormous secretive agencies whose budgets we can't even know. They're black budgets. They're the parents. The agencies are the children. They're afraid of the agencies. That's not compatible with democracy. Democracy is a really simple system, even representative democracy like ours. The people rule. They do so through elections. They express their preference through voting. They send their people to the capital city to run the government on their behalf. Whenever you have unelected people who are not accountable to anyone making the biggest decisions, you don't have a democracy. You have something else, another system. I would call it a tyranny or whatever you want to call it. It's not a democracy. So that's like super obvious. It's playing out in front of everyone and no one cares and no one does anything about it. And I think the reason is because they're threatened. And if you look at the committee chairmen who allow this shit to happen year after year, they're all, and I don't know, people say, oh, they're compromised or being blackmailed or whatever. I don't have evidence of that, but I know them and they all have things to hide. I know that for a fact. And so it's not a stretch of imagination to imagine that, you know, some committee chairman who's allowing warrantless spying on Americans to continue or whatever abuse they're allowing, knowing fully or hiding the truth about UAPs, ignoring the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023, like, why are they doing that? It's not impossible to imagine that some guy with a drinking problem or a weird sex life, and that's very common up there, that's why they're doing it. Because they don't want to be exposed. I don't have evidence of that. I don't have proof of that.
Right.
But that's not a crazy thing to assume that could be happening.
It's not crazy.
And I said to somebody, a very powerful person, the other day in a conversation in my kitchen, an elected official, holds a really senior position, a very famous person. I was going crazy. I was so mad about all this stuff and about the warrantless spying and about the funding for these insane wars. And I said to the guy who serves in one of the legislative bodies, I got so mad my dogs were afraid. They're like, well, why are you yelling? Because I don't yell at home. But I was like, all these people are controlled. They're all, you know, got weird sex lives and all these things are hiding and they're being blackmailed by the intel agencies. And he said, and I'm quoting, I know. It was like.
And he knows. They know. That's what they're doing. You got a bunch of people that weren't elected running everything, baby, running everything. And it's crazy. So hopefully we can figure this out. Bruce, you're going to get more people out here waving flags, baby. You're going to get them out here waving flags. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they like to do. And then, of course, you got Hillary Clinton out here lying about stuff. Hillary Clinton just had somebody connected to them with child stuff, too. It was a lawyer, Obama thing, too. But, of course, they all talk about Trump and how he's a dictator and all that. But, and then, of course, you had that guy that lit himself on fire at the Trump trial. They're trying to say that he was a Trumper. But he's got, like, Bernie Sanders stuff. So we're into, like, some type of weird psyop that I don't know what's going on. They are just throwing everything out there. You got to pay attention. TikTok, too, got banned, too. So TikTok's got, like, 9 months to sell. I guess ByteDance, right? I guess they own TikTok. So they got 9 months to sell. So hopefully they just don't sell. Don't sell. Say F them. So what are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? United States government not going to let you on servers or something? So it's just getting crazy out there. Oh, this just in, they got Zelensky just in. He was celebrating, I guess, the money coming over. This just came across the board. Zelensky is celebrating. What's he doing here? He's celebrating money. This is his money dance. Oh, my. That's one hell of a money dance. That's one hell of a money dance by Zelensky. Oh, my goodness. He's excited. He's excited. She's a runner. She's a track star. But this is basically it. This is the foreign aid bill. It's our money. All that money that's going over to Ukraine is going to come back here to all the defense contractors, anybody who makes weapons. Of course, they're going to keep probably a good 40% off the top for themselves. That can get trickled back into Democrats' pockets, campaigns, stuff like that. Some money over there. Like, who was the guy that held up the $90,000 worth of bushings that cost $100, but the Air Force pays $90,000 for it? So it's pretty wild out here. I think I'm going to have to, I just don't know what's going on anymore. And people, they don't care. They don't care no more. They don't care. Let's play this. This is Robert Kennedy. And I saw he came out too now. He's not for banning assault weapons. This guy's all over the place. I don't know. I guess he's waking up and learning too as he goes. I'm 100% on what he says about vaccines. I'm 100% about that. But let's play this right here. This pretty much sums it up. I thought this was a great sum up. He has great knowledge. Maybe Trump's going to pick him for VP. I don't know. Trump hasn't had a VP yet. But I don't know if Trump needs a VP, but he needs to set up the next man. That's the only way to save America, and I think he knows that.
This is a war that should have never happened. It's a war that Russians tried repeatedly to settle on terms that were very, very beneficial to Ukraine and us. The major thing they wanted was for us to keep NATO out of the Ukraine. The big military contractors want to add new countries to NATO all the time. Why? Because then that country has to conform its military purchases to NATO weapon specifications, which means certain companies, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, General Dynamics, Boeing, and Lockheed, get a trapped market. In March of 2022, we committed $113 billion. Just to give you an example, we could have built a home for almost every homeless person in this country. We then committed another $24 billion since then, 2 months ago, and now President Biden's asking for another $60 billion. But the big expenses are going to come after the war, when we have to rebuild all the things that we destroyed. Mitch McConnell was asked, can we really afford to spend $113 billion to Ukraine? He said, don't worry. It's not really going to Ukraine.
It's going to American defense manufacturers.
So he just admitted it's a money laundering scheme. And who do you think owns every one of those companies? BlackRock. So Tim Scott, during the Republican debate, said, don't worry, it's not a gift to Ukraine, it's a loan. So raise your hand if you think that that loan's ever getting paid back. Yeah, of course it's not. So why do they call it a loan? Because if they call it a loan, they can impose loan conditions. And what are the loan conditions that we impose on? Number one, an extreme austerity program, so that if you're poor in Ukraine, you're going to be poor forever. Number two, most important, Ukraine has to put all of its government-owned assets up for sale to multinational corporations, including all of its agricultural land, the biggest single asset in Europe. In Ukraine, there's been 1,000 years of war fought over that land. It's the richest farmland in the world. It's the breadbasket of Europe. 500,000 kids almost, Ukrainian kids, have died to keep that land as part of Ukraine. They almost certainly didn't know about this loan condition. They've already sold 30% of it. The buyers were DuPont, Cargill, and Monsanto. Who do you think owns all of those companies? Yeah, BlackRock. And then in December, President Biden gave out the contract to rebuild Ukraine. And who do you think got that contract? BlackRock. So they're doing this right in front of us. They don't even care that we know anymore, because they know that they can get away with it. And how do they know that? Because they have a strategy. And that strategy is an old strategy, which is they keep us at war with each other. They keep us hating on each other. They keep the Republicans and Democrats fighting each other, black against white, and all these divisions that they.
And that's the new division on the game. The new division is Israel and Palestine. Is that not true? Is that not true, huh? Kennedy dropped some knowledge on us right there. Of course, real ones already knew. But we got to get out and vote, people. It's time to pay attention. It's time to get rid of these taxes. We got to get rid of these taxes. There's too much taxes. It's ridiculous. We got to get out and vote. You got to protect yourselves. And you got to bring it back, baby. You got to bring back common sense. There's no more common sense. You got all these idiots running stuff. All these idiots running stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then just like our boy Ryan Garcia. Knocked out Haney. I don't know what he was thinking. Everybody was thinking that he was going to win, but he didn't. So our boy Ryan Garcia brought the Lord's work to him. He brought the Lord's hands. And then everybody's flipping out about Kash Patel, baby. Kash Patel for Attorney General. I am 100% for this. This man knows everything. He was with Trump. This man was Vic Ramaswamy before Vic Ramaswamy, baby. Let's play this because the left is freaking out, baby. They're freaking out over this. So I wanted to play this. I wanted to put this out here. I believe this man is probably banned in a lot of places. But let's bring the knowledge. I want to bring all the knowledge out there that we can. Because knowledge is key. Knowledge is freedom. So let's play this.
But what jumped out as potentially the most alarming detail was that within the actual Trump campaign, the person whose name is being floated to be Trump's Attorney General of the United States to run the Justice Department is this guy.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
That is Kash Patel, the former chief of staff to Trump's Secretary of Defense, a man who is apparently on the short list for Attorney General if Donald Trump retakes office. Now, Trump has not been shy about his desire to weaponize the DOJ and use it to go after his enemies, and we should probably take him at his word about that. I do think he is serious, but don't just take it from me. Last month, Trump announced that all of the January 6th committee members should go to jail. And today, the LA Times interviewed some of those members to ask how seriously they were taking those threats. Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren said, "One thing I learned on the committee is to pay attention and listen to what Trump says because he means it. If he intends to eliminate our constitutional system and start arresting his political enemies, I guess I would be on that list." The paper also interviewed Congressman Adam Schiff, who Trump has made one of his top political enemies. Schiff told the Times that he is having real-time conversations with his staff about how to make sure he stays safe if Trump follows through on his threats. So the danger here is
they want to delete everything.
Apparently very real. And the Biden administration is doing something about it. Right before Trump's potential future Attorney General Kash Patel told Steve Bannon that he would use the government to go after Trump's enemies, Patel laid out what he thinks would need to happen within the government to empower him. He'd have to clean house.
Do you believe that you can deliver the goods on this in a pretty short order the first couple of months so we can get rolling on prosecutions?
Yes, we got the bench for it, Bannon, and you know those guys. I'm not going to go out there and say their names right now so the radical left-wing media can terrorize them. But, excuse me, the one thing we learned in the Trump administration the first go-around is we got to put in all-America patriots top to bottom.
Well, today the Biden administration issued a new rule, an attempt to Trump-proof the White House. The rule strengthens job protections for federal workers so Trump can't just clean house and replace everyone in the executive branch with MAGA hat wearing Trump supporters. So, yes, Trump could still try to go after his enemies, and he could still try to install someone like Kash Patel as the attorney general to do so. But that attorney general would have a much harder time going full banana republic if the people actually carrying out the work under him were career government workers and not political stooges.
Then if they don't listen, we fire them. That's what happens at jobs, right? Your boss tells you to do something, you don't do it, you get fired. You're fired. You know what I'm saying? Trump made a living on that. And they're upset. So we coming, baby. We are coming. We are winning. Do not forget that. Stay blessed. The Rock and Roll Rebel Show loves you, baby. We love you. We love you out there. Stay safe. Stay humble, baby. Stay humble. You in the jungle, baby. You in the jungle. I'll see you all tomorrow, baby. Like and sub up. And I'm out of here, baby. I'm out of here.